Welcome to 5 o'clock South King Fire Board of Fire Commissioners. Now called to order, today, 25th November. Finance Manager Barrett, please. Pledge allegiance. Thank you. Approval of minutes from the following board meetings. I'll have to go down one by one because I abstained from November 6th as I wasn't here. So I need approval, a motion for the regular meeting on October 28th.
The minutes from the October 28th meeting.
I will second.
Motion for his October 28th meeting for, Commissioner Burris, seconded by Commissioner Vito. Any questions on that at all? If not, in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion for November 6th.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 6th.
Motion by Commissioner Burris,
Second.
seconded by Commissioner Fuller. Any discussion on November 6th? Or we be staying from this vote? I wasn't there. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
4 and 1 abstain for myself. Special meeting November 10th. A motion, please. Accept.
I'll make a motion to approve the November 10 meeting.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Burris, seconded by Commissioner Vedino. Any other discussion on the special meeting of November 10th? We're seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you. Item number 4, Commissioner comments. I will start on my right to Commissioner Gates.
No comments.
Thank you. Commissioner Vedino,
Nothing for
Commissioner Burris,
No comments today?
Commissioner Fuller.
Wish you all a very stuffed, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Commissioner Fuller. Same here for me. I was just going to say, please, everyone to the membership, the department, everyone, thank you for the work you do. Please have a safe Thanksgiving. I'm sure everyone will. So, public comments, item 5. Please state your name and address for record. Please limit comments to 3 minutes or less. Do we have anyone in the public that want to comment? Hearing and seeing none, that is closed. Commissioner committee reports, item 6. Are there any committee reports? Medino.
Budget Finance and Audit Committee met October 30th. Reviewed the budget at last meeting, so I don't think there's any questions on those. Fire Chief Hiring Committee met October. Notes in there. Interested? Questions on that? The hiring also met November 17th. Packet. Then Policy and Procedure Committee didn't necessarily meet, but we attached the proposal for the guidelines. Everybody should have received it. Does anybody have questions on that?
No, just a comment. They're formatted very nicely.
Thank you. It wasn't me who formatted them.
I actually had a question on one section of it. I actually wrote earlier, but I gave the wrong number, so I mistake on that one. It's the part where we talk about if a commissioner split into minor infractions and major infractions. My question is, how do we determine whether something is a minor infraction, major infraction? Find anything written down on how we would differentiate those two? Who determines whether it's
Remember
Since
what-
we can't really determine what the infractions are going to be, I think it's up to the board to decide, is this serious or is this minor? I think it's kind of a, depends on what's done. And the board's going to have to make a decision which way it goes.
Go ahead.
I would like to make a motion to approve the guidelines as found in packets.
I'll
There's a motion.
second.
Commissioner Vedino made the motion a tie, but Commissioner Burris, you have the second. Any discussion on the motion on the table to accept the commissioner guidelines?
I'd like to express appreciation for Lori's help with that. He provided a lot of historical things that over the years, these have been added to, subtracted from, and Lori helped us get and then we got the formats put together. And thank you.
I know it's a long time coming. Those guidelines have been sitting there since Mr. Burris and I. Thank you for the hard work and getting those done. Get it. So, there's another discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All right, Commissioner guidelines are accepted. Any other committee report? All righty. Item 7, Resolution 669, adopting 2026 budget.
Good evening, everyone. Couple of modifications to the budget since we had the hearing that I'd like to put on the record. We did indicate to the Finance and Audit Committee and to the Board of Commissioners that we were going to do a cash flow analysis, take a look at what our cash position was projected to be at the end of the year. As we've stated throughout this year, we've been under budget. And so we have felt comfortable in making some reserve contributions. So the budget copy that you had in your board packets is slightly different from the one that we presented during the hearing. The primary difference is the table that indicates the reserve fund balances is slightly increased. We're going to make a $125,000 contribution to our contingency reserve fund, $125,000 contribution to our rainy day fund, and another $500,000 contribution to our capital fund. And so our capital fund will be $500,000 more than we projected it to be at the beginning of this year. But that is necessary because we're in a good position. And as we stated during the budget process, these fire engines that we're looking at purchasing are now well above $1 million, and it's going to take us some time to get our reserve funds where we can start to make those purchases. So that table is slightly different than the one we presented before. We also talked about in our Finance and Audit Committee that we had a balance in a reserve fund that was set up through EBMS for our self-insurance program. It's a fund that captures COBRA payments that are made over the years. We determined we don't need the full balance that's in that fund. And so we have decided to transfer $200,000 out of that fund to our medical reserve fund. And that's a medical reserve fund that we are required to maintain. And so the state actuary has, over the years, determined whether or not we have enough money in that fund. And they would like to see us have a little bit more than we've had in it historically. And so we're transferring $200,000 into that fund. So that fund would be sitting at about $1.6 million in 2026. So, and if we were to dissolve our self-insurance program, there's a requirement that we have so much money in that fund to exhaust all of the medical claim payments that we would be liable for. So that's the importance of having enough money in that fund. And then the final primary difference was what I communicated to you via email, which was the bathroom remodels at Station 63 and Station 64 that we thought would be done by December are going to carry over into next year. So we needed to make sure that we captured funds to finish out those projects. So the money, $150,000 carryover, is what we determined we needed based off of what the original award was. So those are the primary differences to the budget that was presented. Are there any questions about the budget before I read the resolution?
Done. Thank you.
Okay, so Resolution 669, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of South King Fire, King County, Washington, adopting a budget for the year 2026. adopted by the Board of Fire Commissioners of South King Fire, King County, Washington, at a regular meeting this 25th day of November, 2025.
Go ahead.
I move to approve Resolution 669, adopting the 2026 budget.
Motion for adoption for Commissioner Vedino. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Gates, second. Any other discussion on Resolution 669, 2026 budget? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous, thank you. Item 8, Resolution 670, imposing FBC fire benefit charge for 2026.
Okay. A resolution of the Board of Fire Commissioners of South King Fire imposing a benefit charge on a personal property and improvements to real property within the district for the calendar year 2026, adopted by the Board of Fire Commissioners of South King Fire, King County, Washington, at a regular meeting this 25th day of November, 2025.
You have a motion.
I move to adopt Resolution 670, imposing FBC for 2026.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Burris, seconded by Commissioner Vedino. Any discussion on the motion to accept Resolution 670, imposing FBC for 2026?
Have we had any response from the large big stores about their, obviously their insurance, their charges would go up?
The period to request changes or question the fire benefit charges in the beginning of the year. So I'm going to have to defer to Finance Manager Barrett if she recalls any big box stores raising any issues.
Nope, they didn't.
What's the order of magnitude of the increase? Do you know, approximately?
I think for one of the larger commercial buildings, it was about a $15,000 increase. So somewhere between there.
Thank you.
And they had extra hazards on their parcel as well, which increases the cost.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right. We have a motion to accept Resolution 670, opposing FBC 2026. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you. It's unanimous. Item number 9, Resolution 671, authorizing property tax collection for 2026.
Okay, resolution number 671, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of South King Fire, King County, Washington, regarding the real property tax, adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of South King Fire for this 25th day of November, 2025.
We have a motion to accept Resolution 671.
Move we adopt Resolution 671.
Motion by Commissioner Fuller. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Burrs. Any discussion on Resolution 671, authorizing property tax collection for 2026? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Unanimous. Thank you. Item 10, Resolution 672, IFC permit fee schedule, after hours inspection fee schedule, and preventable response fees for 2026.
Okay, a slight modification to the copy that was included in your board packets. We noticed that it's still referred to AKA King County Fire Protection District 39. We don't refer to that anymore. Our legal name is South King Fire, so we removed it in the copy that you're going to approve tonight and sign. Does not include that. Resolution number 672, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of South King Fire, King County, Washington, regarding the adoption of the IFC permit fee schedule, after-hour inspection fee schedule, and preventable response fees, adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of South King Fire this 25th day of November, 2025. And if you have any questions about this particular resolution, we have Fire Marshal Nichols in the house tonight.
Is there a motion to accept?
Move to adopt Resolution 672. Approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Burrs, seconded by Commissioner Vedino. Any discussion or any questions for Fire Marshal Nichols? Resolution. Hearing seen none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you. Item 11, Resolution 673, delegating authority to approve change orders for repealing Resolution 612.
This is a resolution specific to our large capital projects. We have a resolution that allows the project managers, the individuals overseeing those projects, to enter into certain agreements without having to go before the board. And because of the change in the org chart structure, we are redelegating responsibilities. So Resolution 673, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of South King Fire, King County, Washington, repealing and replacing Resolution number 612 and Resolution 523, delegating authority to approve change orders on the construction projects within certain described limits, adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of South King Fire this 25th day of November, 2025.
Before we make a motion, I have a question, and I know because I want to understand the history. Resolution 673 actually has a specific name in there. So would there be a way to just put the position and change the language? Or I'm trying to understand why that's in there, and I have a little bit idea, but I want to kind of know specific name in there other than the title or designee by the fire chief.
Well, if you've seen the history, it was specific to a person because that person was designated the lead, and that individual had the signatory, essentially authority, the budget authority to make that change. So it's a checks and balances thing. If we were to just go with a position, for an example, if we just say assistant chief or a deputy chief, as you know, those positions move all the time. So it's specific for a reason.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure because I know that if it gets updated and things and the name would change, we're coming back again and redo it again.
Yeah, and that's actually it actually keeps us fresh on our resolutions to make sure that when changes happen, the board is apprised of those changes and that you're approving the next authority overseeing it. Because what will happen is, like 523 is an old resolution. We've had situations where we've put before the board resolution 400. We need to rescind it because it's so outdated. So this kind of keeps it keeps us apprised of what the resolutions say and who the person who should be making these changes is. Yeah, it's a little bit more work.
Right. That's what I was kind of getting at.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions before I entertain a motion? I'll take a motion then.
I'll move to adopt Resolution 673, getting authority to approve change orders and repealing Resolution 12.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Burris, second by Commissioner Dino. Any other discussion on the motion? Hearing seen none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That's item 12, the MOU, the fourth Fire and Life Safety Inspector Elimination and Prevention Admin Assistant position.
I think this has been well communicated. We talked about it at Joint Labor Management, and we've communicated it in other ways. But this is a demonstration of our ability to sit down with labor and work out agreements that benefit the organization and our members. It was the fire marshal's office has been changing in the last few years. That was very evident when we worked out an agreement with labor to hire fire life safety inspectors and make some changes from what the deputy fire marshals used to do in that office. We also outsource investigations to King County. So the prevention office has changed significantly over the last 5 to 10 years. The work of the fire inspectors has increased, and so and the work of the administrative assistant has decreased. So this is an opportunity to provide an opportunity for one of those individuals that actually puts them into a position that we have work to do. So this MOU and the next MOU will go before the board prior to going before labor. We've talked about that, and we did this. I think the last go around was work out an agreement, put it before the board so there's no delays. And so once it's hopefully approved on the labor side, it's signed and we're free to move forward. So we wanted to get this in front of the board now, otherwise it wouldn't happen until December and we couldn't make changes until next year. Any questions?
Any questions?
The EMS officer,
Well, Commissioner, we're on right now.
Oh, sorry.
We're on
which
on number
one?
12. Yeah, the life safety inspector.
Okay. Thank you. Reading the wrong page.
So we would need a motion to.
Need a motion.
Okay.
Someone? I need a motion for the MOU for the 4th Fire and Life Safety Inspector Elimination Prevention Admin Assistant position.
Move to approve the MOU for fire and life. Elimination of prevention admin.
By Commissioner Medino, is there a second?
Second?
And second by Commissioner Burrs. Any other discussion on the item? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Item 13, MOU for EMS officer.
Okay. Again, discussed broadly, JLM made some changes this year. That didn't mean the EMS work goes away. It's just we felt like it needed to be retooled so that it worked for us and it provided opportunities for our people. So you had a question?
Yes, we're in the org chart. Where will that report?
It would be underneath. So we have a day shift BC that has EMS responsibilities now. It would be reporting. You're smiling because that individual's here. That EMS officer would report to the BC responsible for EMS.
He got pointed out while we were looking.
Oh, somebody else pointed him out?
He wasn't going like this.
Okay. Oh,
Any other questions? Take a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve MOU MS officer.
Motion by Commissioner Burris, second by Commissioner Medino. Your names are over these.
I know.
Any other questions or comments on it? On item 13, MOU EMS officer? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. You. Down to item 14, administrative team report.
okay. Couple of things in outside of the staff report that you received. Want to give some kudos to Chief Anderson. He is really taken our emergency management responsibilities seriously. He just prior to this meeting had a hazard mitigation meeting where community members were asked to show up and provide input on that plan. I'm not sure that anybody wanted to provide input on that plan, but that doesn't mean we're not going to work on it. So, that this is an area that has gotten shifted around over the years, and this team takes emergency management very seriously. We don't want to be the next agency that's on the news because we didn't respond to a large scale event adequately. So, Chief has been working on getting us back to having an emergency management team. He has a meeting scheduled February 5th with all of our internal stakeholders. We were discussing it today. There is an emergency management commissioner committee as well, where 2 commissioners are selected to serve on that committee. We would invite whoever those individuals are next year to participate in our internal processes. That's obviously going to be predicated on who's assigned to that committee. I know we have a new commissioner coming on, so we'll wait to see who's on the committee next year, and then we'll invite them to the February 5th event. But just kudos because Chief Anderson's doing a great job in his role. Thank you to those who attended the semi-annual recognition event. You may have seen on social media. We recognized over 40, I think it's 43 to be specific, individuals that have stepped up to lead in new capacities in the organization. And so we had a good turnout. We had family members there. I was just really happy to see the positivity that is permeating through the organization right now. And kudos to Lori. She does a great job putting on those events. Our community newsletter went to press this morning. So sometime in early December, you'll see the next iteration of our community newsletter hit mailboxes. So thank you to Cassie Swenson, who has assisted us with our newsletters over this past year or so. And I also wanted to add, I talked about Charisse Gamble being recognized at the Washington Fire Chiefs level for her work, her equity work, her framework work that she conducted on a committee. She was recently asked to serve as a vice chair of that committee. So she spoke to Chief Michaels and I, got our blessing, and she's going to serve on the Washington Fire Chiefs Equity Committee starting in January. So another shout out to one of our up and comers in the organization leading the way. Any questions on the staff report?
Any questions?
Why is everybody
looking
looking
at
at Commissioner Fuller?
Go ahead,
Is your
Commissioner
mic
Fuller.
on, Commissioner Fuller?
We will start with you.
All right. One of the things I noticed in this particular report is we have lots of updates, revisions, and new things on procedures, process, software, technology, equipment, and training. But most of all, it's how it impacts so many different parts of the organization, and there's participation in none of them are being done by one person or one small group. They've got wide experience and involvement. That's great to see. I noticed that AIDCAR 60 is going to have Station 66 is going to have an aid car. You're going to use that small, what we call the annex. It used to be part of I think the sheriff used to have that station. At one time, the commissioners thought it'd make a great clubhouse, but I guess that's not, it didn't fetch much interest. The fire administration building, it's really a reconstruction. Looking at the picture, it's not a remodel. And the design, bid, build process sequence has demonstrated to have save time and money in the next project. Director Lee and Sukel will be working together on that, and that should make the Station 62 new station and Station 64. I suggest we consider at some point Station 64 needs some storage capability. Having the bay being the walls of the bay being storage is just doesn't seem appropriate. And now the bathroom schedule planned for completion, but I noticed that Station 63 is really holding it up because it has 5 bathrooms. One for everybody that's there. But I know that that's from when it was a headquarters facility. So I guess it wasn't possible to close a bathroom or use it for another purpose. The extraction team has been highly active. I've looked at the reports and the pictures, and lots of enthusiasm in that training event they had with Puget Sound Fire, Mountain View Fire, Central Pierce, and Puyallup extraction team, and some suppliers. That looked like a great learning experience and cut across the zone. Sometime I have some kind of event like that, I'd like to be invited to watch. It looked like a lot of fun to watch. The light duty dashboard, it's been the experience of industry of having light duty focused on in injuries and recovery. It's been proven many times that it does reduce the time off of work. It has if you don't have a good return to work program like we've got, and posting where opportunities are is it gives them a little more flexibility. You just don't end up assigning somebody some desk duty. You actually have something you can do that will get them back to work quicker. Kind of disappointed that engine 360 wasn't totaled, but I know my insurance company would. Anyway, 350,000 in 8 to 12 months. That's a long time. I guess there aren't any rental engines around that we could.
Unless you want to create one.
Yeah, right. It'll be interesting to see how that performs long term, whether that was a good idea or not. But all right, that's all I have. Great reports.
You said a lot. Thank you for pointing all of those things out. Just a couple of notes. Yes, Chief Sukul is working, as I mentioned before, to find places for us to plug in more firefighters. The max capacity analysis is real. We are bursting at the seams. We're going to be remodeling Station 62. We will have crews operating out of Station 68. He's got a plan to have crews at 66s and possibly 65. So we're moving things around to make the best of the situation. So yeah, a lot going on. And I had another thought, but it escaped me. I should have written it down. What else did you say? Can you start over again? I'm just kidding.
Any other comments? This is Commissioner Fuller?
The dashboard, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes. So we want to assign meaningful work to our light duty members. And we have tons of work that needs to be done. And over the years, we've struggled to assign meaningful work. And now we have a situation where we can track who they're assigned to, what their tasks are, and we can track that progress. And so part of it is also, yes, getting them back to work soon because we need them on the street. So that's our team, HR, Supervisor Gamble, Manager Barrett, Sean Nichols is over the light duty program, our chief officers, everybody's working in sync to come up with a system that works and works for everybody. So it's another big accomplishment this year. So thank you for recognizing that. Okay, any other questions on the staff report?
No, just comments. I really appreciate the in-depth, comprehensive reports. Our Marshall Nichols, thank you for helping out with the code drive. That's always great. I did have a question about ask IT Director or Tucker. He hasn't put anything about onboarding of Nearest, and I know it's coming in another month. So is there a way we can get something from him?
Chiefs, he's well aware of it. You have a mic? We talk about it every week at our staff meetings.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Isaac had really kind of put Travis McDonald in charge of that, and he has taken it and ran. In fact, today, Travis sent out the video and the 2-minute trainers for all of the crews. The consortium also has put out training material, but it only covers what's required by Nearest. So those 4 or 5 things, but we know that we need to collect data to make sure that we're getting all the information that we need as a department. So that's what Travis is working on, the added stuff. We won't be able to make any changes to Nearest probably for at least 6 months where we can flip on tabs to make the things that we want required. So it's a matter of training our crews. Hey, you got to remember to fill that out. And like I say, they're on top of it. They're very aware. Everything is set to go as far as the technology side. So now it's really just a matter of training our people to make sure that we're still gathering that information.
Okay, because I know that come January 1st, they're going to turn off everything. So if you have a way of getting your data out of there, if you're looking for 5 or 10 years, you're going to have to do it before they shut it down. Once they shut it down, I understand you won't be able to get anything out of there or
Okay,
on the old Enfer system.
I'll follow up with Isaac and make sure that they have that covered as well, because I haven't discussed that part of it with him. I've been looking more at the future, but I'll make sure that we can get our information from the past as well.
Because it's going to help out when you do your data-driven things for anything for like the new fire station, where it's going to go and other things like that for Fire Marshal Nichols or CRA stuff. But if that information's gone and you haven't put it anywhere in the district anywhere, or for you folks to get it, then it just disappears. Unfortunately, that's what I heard about it. So, thank you. The building looks good. Is there? And I know that I go by there sometimes because our Olympic building.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So is that the building? The pictures are in there. That's what is that the downstairs? I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, Chief Sukal on here? Talk about the Olympic.
Yeah, so the building overall is 20,000 square feet. So those pictures you saw that are all gutted is the opening of the downstairs. And that will be where majority of administration offices are. And then we did add a remodel to a portion of the upper floor, which will be a meeting room, training room. And then that still leaves us a lot of extra space that we can move walls in the future as we grow out divisions. Example, like if we were to grow out an EMS division and we'd have them all working under the one roof instead of 2 at this station, 3 at this, how we're normally doing it. So that's the whole concept. But demolition is for the most part done. We're just working on a flooring issue right now. And then they're going to start laying in some steel walls. So.
Thank you, Chief. Yeah.
Are we still thinking about offering space for rent?
No, we are getting out of that business, and we're just gonna keep it all for ours. I don't want to say quickly fill it up, but we need the room to expand.
Good.
Hey, the lighting looks great in the building. I didn't even know it looked like that. You put the lighting in there.
That was done in-house, so our crews went and at it, and then we've discovered a little bit of exterior siding problems that we have. Just the wood over the years is starting to peel apart, so we're going to scab in some repairs and touch it up. And if we're going to have a nice building on the inside, it's going to be just as nice on the outside and landscaped appropriately for the community, so that way it can help enhance the community.
Perfect. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Hearing seeing none, we're going to move to item 15, November budget.
Okay, commissioners, we discovered something small last month when we were compiling the minutes. So the commissioners voucher sheet that you get every month, if you go back several years ago, it didn't look like this. This little table down below, we felt like it was important to actually report out all of the liabilities within a certain period. And previously, because we're self-insured, our medical claims were not captured in the monthly vouchers. And so several years ago, we came up with this new format to show what we've actually expensed in medical claims that were not included in the financial reports that we sent out. So last month, and I left it sitting on my desk, but last month, I think it was 78.31. The report said 78.32. It was a rounding error. This is automatically calculated, and it calculated up from 78 and 31/100% to 78 and 32/100%. It's minor, and it did nothing to change our bottom line. We were still 4.02% under budget, but we don't like making mistakes. And when I read things on the record, we want to make sure that we're being as accurate as possible. Once that was flagged, Kelsey redid this table, which is why it looks slightly different than last month's, because last month's was a much bigger box. But the rounding error has been fixed. Again, it did not change our bottom line. It was just 78.31 versus 78.32. So I wanted just to put that on the record. Okay.
That wouldn't have any impact on our audit, would it?
No,
The
not at all.
audit-
It's that, I think,
something-
actually, again, we do this as a courtesy to really show where we're at. It's just, we're just pointing out that we flagged a rounding error, and wanted to put that on the record. But no, no dollar amount change for us, no bottom line change for us, just a tick up. Okay. 79 point, see, now they're correcting me again because I left it on my desk. It was 79.32 versus 79.31. We're all square. Okay. All right. 11 months through the year, we would expect to be at 91 and 67/100%. I did mention all year long that our 5% and 4% was an anomaly, and it was great, but we expected that to move closer to what we would expect. 11 months to the year, we are sitting at 3.28% under budget for the year. So in total, we are at 88.39%. And Finance Manager Barrett will read you the exact numbers.
All right, this month we have mid-month totaling $123,019.24. Accounts payable warrants totaling $1,976,281.10. Payroll totaling $1,858,849.88. Our EFTPS totaling $448,813.38. Our medical claims processed as of November 18th totaling $249,325.56 for a total approval of $4,656,289.16.
Thank you. We are approval of the vouchers. Any questions? Okay.
I
Gates?
move approval of the November vouchers.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gates, second by Commissioner Medina. Any other discussion on approval of vouchers? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you. You're unanimous. Item 17. The board will convene into executive session per RCW 42.30.1101I to discuss with legal counsel representing agency matters related to agency enforcement actions, or discuss with legal counsel representing agency litigation or potential litigation to which agency, the governing body, or a member acting in an official capacity is or is likely to become a party when public knowledge regarding discussion is likely to result in an adverse legal or financial consequence to the agency. Joining the board in executive session will be Executive Secretary Perry, HR Supervisor Gamble, and legal counsel. Action may or may not be taken after executive session. We will, at this time, I'm going to round it up at 5:45. We will come back at 6:25.